I'm Doug Johnson, CEO of CyberTrust IT Solutions. Today we're going to talk about staying safe on public Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi spoofing. So let's talk about Wi-Fi spoofing. Wi-Fi spoofing is where someone drops a device in proximity to a known wireless network, like at a Starbucks or at a restaurant or hotel lobby or at a convention, that broadcasts the same ID as the Wi-Fi that's being provided by the establishment. And what this can do is that you can mistakenly connect to that Wi-Fi as opposed to the other Wi-Fi, and then everything that you do on the internet from that point on is being monitored and recorded. So when you log on to your bank, you're sending your username and password. Instantly, they have the username and password to your bank. This is really easy to do, and it's very common. There are small devices. They're called a Raspberry Pi. They're a little board about this big. They can be battery operated. You can program it to be a Wi-Fi access point, put it in a paper bag and throw it in a trash can, stick it under the moss in a potted plant, stick it under a couch, anywhere in a public area, and it can stay there undetected. So this is really common in trade shows, in convention centers, and hotel lobbies, because Hilton, for instance, broadcasts, Hilton Honors, or Hyatt, or Marriott, right? And they broadcast the same SSID. So you come in, you connect to the internet, you start to work. First thing you do is open up your Outlook. Your Outlook sends your username and password across the wire. They've captured it. Then you go check your bank. So your bank name and your username and password get sent across the wire. So how these devices work is that you connect to the wireless network, and then it will gateway you to the internet. So you won't necessarily know that you're being watched or the data is being recorded, or in many cases, it'll just direct you to a bogus login page. For instance, if you put in Bank of America, it'll deliver you to a Bank of America page, and you type your username and password in, and it doesn't work because it's not sending it to Bank of America. So you try it again. So that verifies your username and password for the bad actor. So now they know exactly what it is, so they can log into that site. So the way around this is just to not use public Wi-Fi unless you know it's safe. The safest way is to use your phone as a hotspot. So instead of using the public Wi-Fi in Starbucks, in the hotel lobby, connect to your phone and use that as your internet gateway. Or wait until you're in your room in a hotel. Because in the room in your hotel, at least you have to put in your last name, you have to put in your room number, you have to be a registered guest, right? So that offers an additional level of security. But I see so often that, people first, they walk into a building and the first thing they ask is, what's the Wi-Fi? I don't know if it's because they want to save money and not use their Verizon or their T-Mobile service, but they connect to the Wi-Fi. And that's the least secure thing you can do. Just remember that. Use your phone as a hotspot. Also, even in the airplanes, you can subscribe to internet service while you're in the airplane. Just be aware of what you're doing. Do you really need to be checking your American Express account or logging into your bank while you're sitting there in the airplane seat? Chances are you probably don't. So just, be aware of what you're doing and on the network that you're connected to. A great way to stay safe is to subscribe to our security tips. Go to our website at cybertrust-it.com, sign up for our weekly email security tips. Those tips cover subjects like spoofing Wi-Fi, how to set a secure password, how to be responsible in using your mobile devices when in public. At our website, you can also sign up for a complimentary cybersecurity assessment. So what if you do fall victim to being spoofed on Wi-Fi and your email or your bank credentials have been compromised? When working with CyberTrust IT Solutions, we have a process that we go through to tighten the cybersecurity on your network. We have the same process that we use on our network. And we have cybersecurity insurance in place. Our insurance company allows us to extend that coverage to you. By definition, their agreement is that we manage your network the way we manage our network, therefore that it makes it easy for you to get the cybersecurity policy. So if something happens to you, like wire transfer fraud because your bank credentials have been given away, then you would be covered by that policy. I'm Doug Johnson, CEO of CyberTrust IT Solutions. Thank you for joining me today as we talked about staying safe on public Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi spoofing. If you'd like to learn more, please visit our website at cybertrust-it.com for a complimentary cybersecurity assessment.